I have heard every single complaint about this game ever since launch, but especially in the last 3 to 5 years. Don't get me wrong, I definitely joined in some of those complaints, but this is not the time for that. Whether you're someone who is considering giving Star Wars The Old Republic a try, or maybe you're a veteran who wants to come back, or maybe you just dipped your toes in for a little bit, but then you got completely bombarded by the negative videos and doom and gloom that every single YouTuber decided to make over the last 8 years or so, including myself. This video is for you. I am going to be covering real common concerns that new and maybe semi-new returning players might have about the game and its future, so you guys can make an informed decision for yourselves. I promise guys, I'm not going to be glazing this game. I'm going to be giving you unbiased feedback and unbiased truth, so let's go ahead and jump right in. Starting off with one of the biggest concerns that I see in almost every comment section of my videos and in my live streams here on YouTube is the content and the content releases for this game. Now, I'm not gonna lie guys, if you take Star Wars The Old Republic and you stack it up against any of the MMOs right now, you know, ESO, Guild Wars 2, World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy, those content releases are way better in terms of size than Star Wars The Old Republic. And there's a couple reasons for that, but these are important reasons. First reason is the team size. Star Wars has now moved over to Broadsword with most of the team that was working on Star Wars, I believe. So that team has always been small, and it's smaller even now. So you don't have whole big ass studios working on Star Wars The Old Republic. That's just hasn't been what it's been for many years at this point. So when you hear a Star Wars The Old Republic expansion, it's probably maybe half, if not a third of the size of any of the other expansions or patches in other MMOs. Does this suck for some people? Sure, definitely. But I think it's important to realize where Star Wars is when it comes to MMOs and what it's trying to be versus everyone else. A common theme that I see a lot in people who are doing reviews of the game or people who are actually making Star Wars The Old Republic their main MMO is this one key factor. They don't have a fear of missing out. This is appealing to people who want to get into MMOs but at their own pace, in their own time, without feeling like they have to play for 8-10 hours a day just to keep up with things in game. Star Wars is very new player friendly, which I know if you've been watching me for a while, you probably like, Noble, why are you saying all this? Did someone, kidnap you and replace you with like a robot? This is something I would have never said, but it being new player friendly and an easy game to pick up is one of the reasons why this game is still alive. And not even still alive, why this game is quite honestly fine. This is an MMO for people who enjoy Star Wars first and MMOs second at its core. If you're looking for a more hardcore MMO experience, there are other games for you to try. Star Wars The Old Republic, when it comes to content, is mainly focused on story, and every once in a while, we'll get a new flashpoint or a new operation, maybe a new Warzone map. This used to upset me, but now it's not that bad. So when it comes to content releases versus other games, it's definitely something that is smaller than everyone else. But given what the game is trying to be versus the other MMOs, I do think it works for the community and for what Star Wars The Old Republic is trying to do. The next major concern that I want to talk about is the population and guilds. A lot of people from watching videos online think that the game is dead, so that when they jump into the game, they think, I'm not going to find a guild, I'm not going to find people to play with, or even if you're a solo player, like, okay, well, I can do everything solo, why bother? This game has plenty of guilds. Me and my wife, for example, have been playing Star Wars The Old Republic for the last couple months together, and we joined a guild maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago to level some Jedi characters, and it has been so much fun seeing everyone's reactions in chat and watching guild chat happen. There were like 83 people online when I was last on, okay? And I know it's one of the bigger guilds on the Starforge server, but there are plenty of guilds out there that are looking and always recruiting, whether you like to PvP, PvE, RP, whatever it is. There is so many other options for you to choose. You will not have a problem finding a guild that suits your needs. You can even be a solo player and join a guild and never talk to anyone, and you're going to be getting something out of it. If there's one thing that this game isn't lacking, it's a community and people to play with. Any content that you're looking to do group is going to be found in the bigger guilds, but those aren't hard guilds to get into. They have multiple raid teams, multiple PvP teams, achievement hunting teams, there's so many different areas for you to enjoy the game. And this is coming from someone who has been through so many guilds since 2011, guys. No one in my original guild plays this game anymore, not one of them. And I have made friends, and I have made new friends, I've said goodbye to old ones, and I've made new ones, and the cycle continues. Which is more of a retrospective on me because I keep playing this game non-stop and people think I'm crazy, but whatever. I just enjoy this game. I enjoy every aspect of it pretty much. I love being in the universe, and the people that I meet have always been great. So finding a sense of community if you join shouldn't be that hard. You just gotta know where to look. I don't have a guild per se, but some of the people in my chat actually made a guild called the Noble House on Pubside, so I am in that guild, and I know that they are trying to build that up over the coming months. So if that's something that interests you, tune into my stream and we can get you set up. And the last thing that I want to cover, because these are really the top three, is the game's future. This is where everyone has been the most doomy and gloomy, and I'm here to tell you guys the future of Star Wars is fine. The Old Republic, that is. I don't know about Star Wars as a whole. The other stuff is kind of trash now, but the MMO is fine. This is the state of Star Wars The Old Republic right now. We get annual updates, we get a lot of bug patches and cartel market drops and events that rotate throughout the year, but as far as those big content releases, those days are behind us, and that's perfectly fine. The community is very vibrant across all platforms, and by platforms I mean like Twitter, you know, there's plenty of Discord groups and blogs and everything. Even YouTube, there's a lot of cool things, and Twitch as well. I've said this before, but the biggest thing that's keeping new players from joining this game is the content being made around it by content creators who no longer play the game anymore, or the ones who log on every couple months just to, I don't know, design new outfits, to get B-roll for their videos, and then make another Swtor is dead video. If you legitimately found something that you liked, you're gonna be playing this game. And on that note, when we talk about community, here's something to consider. I understand if you played the game a long time ago and you're bored of it and there's nothing for you anymore. That is fine. But you can't come in, well, I mean, you can, but coming into comment sections and saying game is dead or how much you don't enjoy the game anymore, it doesn't help anyone who is getting into the game and is interested in doing the things that maybe you did all those years ago. I personally want this game around for as long as possible, so I want everyone who's interested to come in and join, and I think everyone can find a home here in a galaxy far, far away. That being said, is it a perfect MMO? Absolutely not. There are problems with it, but I think those problems most likely can be, I would say, not swept under the rug, but I think the main criticism of this game came down from the people who used to play it for hours and hours and hours a day, and then, you know, stop playing it, they grew up or whatever, and they still have those feelings, right? New players coming in are gonna have a lot to do. Veteran players who are, you know, coming back are gonna have things to do. Like I said earlier, me and my wife have been playing. I just got her into the game, like, for real this year, and doing everything over with her has really reignited my passion and fire for the game. I don't mind going back and doing the old class quests. I don't mind going back and doing heroics and secret missions and datacrons. I don't mind watching someone who I love experience the game that I did all those years ago and still having some of the greatest times. She loves crafting, right? She loves making things. She made a GTN sale of 3K credits and was over the moon. Like, those are things you're not going to be able to get, you know, anywhere else, in my opinion. And I think playing this game with people that you like and finding people that you know, like to play with is going to keep you on this game longer. And hey, if those people fall off, you can always find more. But I hope in this video I helped explain the main concerns in the game and hopefully got you to give Star Wars The Old Republic a try. I know this is kind of eerily similar to my last video, but I wanted to take some time and talk about the concerns. If you're over the age of 22, and if you're spending, you know, 8 or more hours a day playing this game, there's probably something else you probably should be doing. But for those of us who are a little older, have lives, and still want to play MMOs and be in the community, this game is going to be perfect for you. But anyway, it's going to do it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Noble, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.